There. You like how I'm doing a hotel review today, so I put on a shirt with a collar on it. Okay, so last month when I went to the Oogie Boogie Bash, I also stayed across the street from Disneyland at the Anaheim Hotel. So as a Disneyland local, staying near property is not really a requirement for me to go to Disneyland, but it is very much appreciated when I get to do it, especially lately. I've been working a lot. It's one of my favorite ways to just relax and unplug and stay away from everybody. Ironically, like right before and or after I go into a very crowded park, which is very people-y. But I do like a good hotel stay to just be alone. I'm also not a planning ahead kind of person, so I tend to pick something that I think is my vibe, like the decor and stuff that I'll enjoy, and also within my price range, and also something that I can choose with like just a few days notice. So usually lately I've been booking on hotels.com. This is not sponsored, I wish. And I kind of start searching like weeks in advance, and then I wait until I feel confident enough to book that I'll actually be able to go, and then I go ahead and book my room. And in this case, I think it was like a couple days in advance. So the listed price for this room was $179. There were about $30 taxes and fees, and I ended up paying $217.47. There is free Wi-Fi and parking is $18 a night. So before I get into my review, let's do a room tour. So I got a list in my phone of my pros and cons, so I think we're just gonna stick with that review style. We're gonna tell you the pros and cons. But overall, this was a really nice stay, and I'm glad that I got to stay here. I'm not totally sure I will stay again, but it's only a reason specific to me. So if my deal breaker is not your deal breaker, then by all means, I would recommend staying here. So the pros, obviously the first one I put in all caps that it is so close. It's literally like across the street from Disneyland. It's a little bit to the side, but I think it's like a 6-minute walk or something. It's really close. You can see Guardians of the Galaxy from like the front door. You can also see Disney Way. Disney Way is basically the street on the Harbor Boulevard side that goes into like the security area. Disney Way also just borders the Anaheim Hotel, so it's like right there. In case that description didn't make any sense, here's a map. So another big pro for me is that it's very cute. It's mid-century modern style. I love the decor. The lobby is really cute outside the property. Each balcony area is like a different color. So it's like mostly like white and like kind of minimal with like splashes of color. I really like that. It's got some nice outside areas, which normally if I had the choice, I would probably pick a hotel with like an enclosed hallway. Basically where you're not opening the front door of your room and like bam, you're outside. I would rather be like inside of a building, but I didn't have a problem with it here at all. It was actually kind of nice to be outside, I think. They also have a lot of outdoor seating areas, so whether you decide to get food from the hotel or you want to get Postmates, you want to get takeout, there's a lot of places to go hang out outside if you don't want to just be in your room. They even have some outdoor games that you can play, which I thought was really cool, and even if just for decoration, for aesthetic value, it looked cool. The pool area was also really nice. It was really big, spacious. I think this is one of the bigger pools in the resort area. And it was also pretty quiet at the pool area. Like I always want to show you the pools, but I also don't want to film people who are swimming. So obviously I was able to show you the pool. I basically filmed while people were on the other side. So yeah, it was fairly empty, and I got the feeling that this was like more of an adult friendly hotel. I don't know if I said that correctly. Not that it's not kid friendly, but I just feel like it appeals more to adults. It seemed a little bit quieter. They also have online check-in, so I don't remember if they texted me or emailed me, but they gave me a link to check in like online, and at that time you can also add extra options if you want to do like early check-in, late checkout. Those things both cost extra, and I wish I had screenshot the exact amount, but it was more than I was willing to pay. I was kind of interested in doing a later checkout, but yeah, it was more than I wanted to pay. I feel like I'm not the best person to explain this next bullet point because I'm not the most technologically inclined, but I put that I liked their TV. They had like a nice big TV. They do have Disney Channel. I've noticed like some hotels in the area don't have Disney Channel, and I've seen other people complaining about that. Like if you're going to Disneyland, wouldn't you assume that people want to watch the Disney Channel? Possibly. I don't know if this belongs in the review, but I wrote down the next bullet point was that the TV turns off automatically. So if you like to fall asleep to TV like I do, maybe that will be a pro for you also. I already mentioned the balconies. They were colorful, they were cute. Some hotels obviously won't have a balcony, but I liked kind of the vibe of their outside area, and that you could just have some time outside on your balcony if you don't want to go all the way downstairs. They do have a coffee maker in the room. I know that's pretty common, but there's also a Starbucks like a 2-minute walk away. So that's all my bullet points of the pros. I feel like overall, just like the aesthetic, the look of this hotel was really nice. The staff was really nice. But yeah, I think the biggest selling point for me was probably just like the look of the hotel, and that it was clean and it was fresh and it smelled good. So the cons. The first con that I put was noise. I wouldn't say that there was an excessive amount of noise, but being that, like I said, you're outside, each building is kind of like a like oblong, kind of 2 hallways connected at the end with like a corridor in the middle. So basically as people were coming and going from their rooms, voices would carry, etc. But I think the other guests were kind of aware of that, because I did notice like little bits of noise like as I was trying to sleep, especially like early in the morning. I feel like the noise is something that I should mention, but at the same time, like pretty much any hotel you stay at, you're probably going to encounter some noise, and in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't too bad. The second bullet point that I put here is that the parking is a little bit far away. I could have parked closer. I kind of made a mistake when I was parking my car, but even if I had parked in the area closest to my room, the rooms are kind of in the middle, and the parking lot goes all the way around it. So if you're in one of the buildings like in the center, you kind of have to walk a little bit of a ways. It's really not too bad, but if you're hard-headed like me and you try to carry all of your bags in one trip, that's where the problem was. They also don't have an elevator, they have stairs. The buildings are all 2-story, so if you're on the 2nd floor, they have stairs, and they also have ramps. Overall, everything seemed really clean and well maintained, and so I appreciate that. There were some paint splatters in my room, like on the carpet and on the floor. Not the biggest deal, but I feel like I should mention it. But overall, it seemed like everything was kept up pretty well, except for this. So I like to take a bath when I stay at a hotel. It's part of my relaxation process. And so when I turned on the tap water, brown water came out, and it was still kind of early in the morning. I was still kind of sleepy, groggy, and I reacted. I was taken aback, and I smelled right away that it was rust, and thankfully it cleared up just after a few seconds. But I think this is probably a little bit of an older building, so maybe the pipes are old. I don't know, but not the hugest deal. I mean, I still took my bath and everything was fine, but it was a little bit, it was just a little startling. And then the last con, and this is what would have been the deal breaker for me, but it might not be for you, is that the beds were a little bit on the firm side. And like, I don't want to sound like too picky, but for me, like I said, my biggest reason for staying in a hotel is to, or at Disneyland anyway, is to give myself some time to like relax. And just sometimes that involves just like laying in bed until checkout and like watching TV. And if a bed is a little too firm, like my body will not stay in it. I'm like, I have to get up. I can't stay here. And so that's how this was for me. I think that if I had been a normal traveler and was just like going here to stay the night and go to Disneyland the next day or whatever, and like getting up like for a rope drop, I would probably have had no complaints about the bed. But because I wanted to lay there and just like veg out for a while, this was not ideal for me. If what I'm saying resonates with you and you like a softer bed, I did find exactly what I was looking for at the Hotel Lulu. I also have a review video of them. I'm pointing up here. I don't know if the link, what side it goes on, but I will put it there for you. And I think basically a lot of what I like about the Anaheim Hotel, I also liked about the Hotel Lulu. It kind of has my color scheme going on, kind of like bright white with like splashes of color and funk around. I don't know, that kind of vibe just puts me in a good mood. That's the kind of hotel that I want to stay at. So now I feel like I should have started with the cons and ended with the pros. I feel like you can't win with that. Maybe the best way is to alternate and do one or the other, because I don't want to start on a bad note, but I don't want to end on a bad note. Overall, I would say this hotel, I would give it maybe like an 8 out of 10. Like, even though it wasn't totally perfect and exactly what I was looking for, and I had a couple of complaints, overall, I think it was really good. And I would recommend it if you want to stay there. Oh my God, I forgot the best part. This is what happens. This is why I don't like to make notes and scripts and things like that. I like to just talk, because then I will talk in the order of importance, like the thing that I want to tell you about the most. But when I make bullet points though, I just stick to the bullet points. So what I did, the last thing that I did after checkout was I went to the pizza press. I'm gonna have to put this in the thumbnail and the title because you need to know that it's coming. So I went to the pizza press, which is attached to the hotel. They also have a little bar, not affiliated with the pizza press, but there's a bar in the lobby. It looked pretty cool. And then you can walk through to the pizza press, and they have vegan pizza there, and you can get basically their standard crust, you can get the sauce, you can get vegan cheese. They don't have like fake like vegan meats or anything like that, but I would say overall I did get the pizza and I would give it like a 10 out of 10. Like, honestly, it was really, really good. I had never been to Pizza Press before. I think they have a few locations here and there. It's basically similar style to like Blaze Pizza or something like that, where you go along the lines and you pick out your toppings or whatever, tell them what you want. There also is a Blaze Pizza like right across the street. I think it's right by the Starbucks. I think I mentioned that in my Hotel Lulu video about some of the vegan options in the area. I didn't know about the Pizza Press when I made that video, and honestly I would say Pizza Press I think wins. And it's also very close to Blaze Pizza. So I would say if you're staying in the area, even if you watch this video, you decide Anaheim Hotel is not for me, but you're nearby and you want pizza, check out the Pizza Press. Because yeah, that was some dang good pizza, and I ate it on their little patio area and looked at Disneyland from across the street. It was a nice moment. Okay, now that is the end of the video. I think I'm done. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's any other hotels in the area that you think that I might want to stay at, because I do want to, this is a topic that comes up a lot, looking for hotel recommendations, and so I would like to keep making these videos and be able to give you my recommendations. Also, let me know if you have a recommendation for a hotel near Disneyland with a really soft bed, because I've been working a lot and I'm gonna need one soon. Okay, thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.